This is on. We are live from Switzerland.
This live?
This is live.
Bro, make a new introduction music. Like, just a quick, like, So, like,
Wait.
if we always do it the same, then they know. Whatever. But they know. Yeah, it's something catchy.
They
know every time.
Song.
Who is this?
It's an annoying ESPN song at the end of every video. Freaking hate it.
I didn't. No. But, like, that's why we should have something so they know, like, it's us.
Put in under the shirt.
All right.
I do it either. Actually, that's good.
Don't stop believing. Let's do.
Don't stop believing. That's
No.
always on K Earth 101. You know K Earth 101? Do you remember that?
Yeah, of course.
That's radio. It's one of my favorite radio in LA.
How you know this, K.R.?
LA, man. I was driving for 6 months in
That
LA.
was like country rock.
Morongo Casino.
So yeah.
This weekend in Morongo.
They used to play some Shakira for.
But I remember so many commercials from the LA radio.
Yeah, bro.
I-
It just keeps you alive, just driving, you know.
I even remember, tell me if you remember this one. Oh, O'Reilly Auto Parts.
I think, man, my brain is set, but
Man, it's been running for like 5-6 years, at least like from the time span I was there. I don't know.
bro, I tell you, just to hear the music alone in LA, it keep you driving, like, it keep you happy, like, dude, I'm in LA.
I love the radio in LA. The only radio that's good here is what it's called. It's like Goat Hits.
We're out here
it's on
that's Argovia.
That's nice. All right. Welcome back to the Buzzer Beater podcast. I'm here tonight with my bro Jason Perry. We're going to be talking about the 23-24 NBA season.
Yes, sir.
We're going to be discussing a little bit of what we've had so far,
Yes,
what
sir.
we have coming up. I'm actually going to start with our Christmas Day games that, interestingly, the league decided that the Warriors are worthy of playing on Christmas Day.
Really now.
Yeah, that's. I had a weird dream, and
They didn't show that, but yeah.
I had a weird dream that the Warriors are trading Klay Thompson and a bunch of draft picks to the Nuggets for the Joker. It was a literal dream. Like I woke up and I thought like it was real.
Nuggets, Warrior, no.
That would never happen.
I think the Joker's happy for now.
Absolutely. How do you see the Warriors, what they've been doing so far, and how do you see them going forward?
So if I want to compare the old Warriors to the new, older Warriors, hurt a little bit. Klay Thompson, not the same Klay. What are you averaging, like 18, 19 points? That's not going off stats. That's going off just a theory. These guys have no hope of making it to the second round. Unless Curry, so-called top 5 players, that's what I hear now, the big analysts talking about. Unless he do some magical stuff, the Warriors will barely make it to the playoffs.
I absolutely agree. Let's just have a quick look at the standings right now. So the Warriors are...
They're still exciting, though. Don't get me wrong. They're still exciting.
You can see the Warriors are outside of the plane.
Yeah. Oh, my God.
As
They're
we are
number
recording
11.
this.
They're number 11.
As we are recording this on the 29th of December, they're number 11. I am one of the few people that have gave the Warriors no respect in regards to, I don't think they're there anymore. I think that final run was a little bit lucky. They bumped into an injured Memphis, which, by the way, had them up 2-1 when Ja was healthy. I don't know if you remember that run.
Showers at Ja. He doing his thing.
Yeah, absolutely. He's back big time. He's keeping receipts. We're going to get to that.
And yeah. Damn.
But yeah, I mean, the Warriors are just
7
like...
and 17 down. Ja, if you move them up, you are a great player, bro.
Oh, man. I mean, there's tons of time. They're like, third of the season is gone. We have 2/3 coming up. I mean, the West is just so crowded. We just look at that, Jason. Just look at this. Like everything that happens underneath the Thunder, right? So the Thunder have some separation, obviously. Then the Nuggets and the T-Wolves have been like the top seed since the NBA started, basically.
Yeah.
But if you look underneath that, right? We got the Clippers, the Kings, the Mavs, the Pelicans, the Lakers, the Rockets, the Suns, the Warriors,
have winning
all separated with 3 games.
Well, wait.
3.5 games. The Warriors are 3.5 games behind the 4th seed Clippers.
Yes.
I just say it. It just comes to show how crowded and how talented the West is, and how these seedings right now means nothing.
The Warriors would definitely move past the Rockets. The Rockets will break down in the end because they're young. They got Dylan Brooks, and yeah, defense-wise. But actually, the Rockets are lucky, right? How are they winning? I don't know.
This is one of my biggest takes from 23-24 season. If we are into... So we're into what we've learned, right?
Yeah.
What I've learned from the 23-24 season is that Dylan Brooks is a player. Dylan Brooks is a solid player.
Shout out Dylan Brooks. You bona fide defense, but you proved some offense this year.
That's true. And it also shows that sometimes incremental changes can become big changes. I mean, signing Van Vliet and Dylan Brooks didn't seem like a big deal, but that's exactly the difference between a tanking team and a playing team, right?
Two players can change the offense.
Absolutely, and Şengün is emerging as a superstar. Şengün is probably an all-star this year.
Şengün is a beast. I like Şengün because I'm 40 years old. I'm not old school, but I love the post play, and he's unstoppable in the post. He reminds me of Sabonis. Şengün, shout out to Şengün. He's doing his thing. He's a solid center. He's just starting to shoot a couple more threes. He actually got a good percent of threes because he don't take much, but he just started to take more threes.
He's like a mini Jokic.
Shout out to Şengün, yeah. How tall is he?
I think he's like
he looked about 6'10". He looked like 6'10", but he's strong. And he don't got muscle. He got that inside body strong, fat.
Yo, JP, back to the Warriors quickly.
Yeah, sorry, I get off track.
No worries, man. I mean, I wanted to hear your opinion about the Rockets. I think we're having quite similar opinions about it. I think they're an up-and-coming team. So
17 points, Klay Thompson. Go ahead.
Max player Klay Thompson. There is some tensions within the Warriors organization regarding his upcoming contract. I don't know if you remember, but he's expiring this year.
Yeah.
There was a part of him that thinks that he's still that max player. I think he's coming to the realization that he's just not. And the Warriors cannot and will not pay him this money. They've already done it once. They paid him like 2 years when he was completely out. They've done their...
30 minutes per game, yeah.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like
that's enough. He didn't enough time to be an old Klay.
Exactly.
It's not happening.
They gave him what they owed him, right?
Yeah.
They gave him what they owed him. They paid him, I don't know, it was like $200 million over 5 years, whatever. They don't owe him anything anymore. They need to pay him as much as he's worth right now, and he's a role player. He can sell for 15, maybe 18 million a year. He should be happy with that and take it.
I wouldn't give him that. I would give him. He's a $11 million guy right now. Until one season.
Do you know who makes $11 million a year?
Who?
I'll just show you, like Indiana, like TJ McConnell, Benedict Mathurin.
But wait, let me just go into.
But I agree with you. He's not that much better right now than TJ McConnell and Ben Mathurin.
You know what?
He's not that much better.
I don't
He's
know.
a little bit better.
I don't even know who Ben Mathurin is.
Exactly. That's my point.
TJ McConnell, he's been such an underrated player.
I agree.
Every year, he's fast. He passes good. He's like the most underrated John Stockton.
He's always trying. He's always trying. He's hustling. He's always hustling.
I like McConnell. I can't hate. Shout out to McConnell.
So let's look a little bit on this roster. Like Andrew Wiggins, 12 points after getting the bag. You remember? We won a bag. He won a bag, right? Him and Jordan Poole. They got the bag.
And then go to the club every night and have no energy for the game. That's what happens.
Honestly, there's like these personal issues with Wiggins that nobody talks about. I'm obviously not gonna because I have no idea what it is. But he hasn't been back ever since, basically.
No.
He had this one game versus the Thunder this year where he really performed well. He scored like 28, I think. But he's averaging 12. He's averaging 12 points. That's not good. That's not good enough. As the third or second best player in this team.
He's the third best player on the team.
He was the second when they won the championship.
If you don't have two players averaging over 20 points, then most likely, if you're, let me put it like this: if your third best player is averaging 12 points per game, you guys will not make the playoffs.
Absolutely. I mean, Naz Reid is averaging like 17 or something. What is he averaging? 515? I don't know. Point to be made here. The Warriors are not worthy of a... Sorry, let me go back to the... The Warriors are not worthy of playing on Christmas Day. I think that's the conclusion that we're all coming to slowly.
That's a little harsh. That's a little harsh.
They're just not worthy.
The Warriors are still entertaining.
They're entertaining, but I think that if the league is making the schedule next year, they're putting Minnesota there.
Christmas Day is the most entertaining games.
Right.
That's what they schedule them for.
Right.
And you got to think about Las Vegas, because my family lived there. They are betting on all these games. The Warriors are entertaining, and they are betting games. We got to always throw into play, because I don't think the league is what do you want to say, set up. But when them bets come, man, I don't know. It's something.
I think they're
let's throw it out the door.
No, I agree with you. They're easily like the third biggest market, or the third like most fans after Lakers and New York, perhaps.
And that's what they play on Christmas Day, I think.
Absolutely, agreed. I don't think the league can do that next year, because I mean, if you look at all these teams right here, right, you have all the way down to Heat and Sixers and Suns and Mavs. All these teams are interesting. All of these teams are relevant. Like all of these teams are making second round of the playoffs in the last 3-4 years or more, right? So let's move to the next game briefly. The Knicks and the Bucks. We've got Jalen Brunson, who's emerging as a superstar.
Yeah. Jalen Brunson just averaged 3 more assists per game, and I would believe you that you guys can make it further.
Absolutely.
I'm a Brunson fan. He's the most smallest skilled guy in the NBA right now.
He's so much better than his dad.
He's posting up 6'5" guys.
I've just put the New
Wait,
York
his
Knicks.
dad? His dad was in the NBA?
Yeah,
Who was his dad?
Rick Brunson.
Never heard of him.
There's a good reason why you don't know him.
Never heard of him.
There's a very good reason why. By the way, LeBron played against him and his son. That makes it.
Rick Brunson.
Yeah, there are 7 guys. I've made a video
Shout
about
out
it.
to Rick. Never heard about you. But
No worries. We forgive you. Neither did I. The only reason why I've heard about him is because I did a little bit of research, and I wanted to check, because LeBron has been in the league for so long, right?
21 years.
Correct. I wanted to check how many father and son duos LeBron played against. There's actually 7 of them.
Really?
So
right now?
Just off top of my head, there is what's his name from Dallas? God.
Dallas. Name the father or son. I can't even tell you.
He came in from New York.
In Dallas.
Yeah.
Eesh.
Wait a second.
See, that's something.
I'm gonna put the link to my video in the comments. But there is 7 father and son duos. There's also damn, I can't remember any name off my head right now. But
that's something you know, though. I don't know father or son. I know LeBron is waiting for his son to come.
There's an actual article about it. We can look it up. Anyhow, let's go back to the Knicks right here.
Yeah.
So we got Jalen Brunson averaging 26. We got Julius Randle, who has been balling out, in my opinion, this season.
Most underrated,
23.
most one of the underrated players in the NBA. He don't get his flowers. Julius Randle, I give you your flowers.
Yeah,
Shout
I mean,
out.
he dragged them to like this the year when they went to the first or second round of the playoff. I think they lost to Atlanta in the first round. And you got Stephen A. Smith, obviously, in ESPN, like screaming he only goes left and whatnot.
Stephen A., you be hating sometime.
Point to make here, Julius Randle is not supposed to be the best player on a championship team. He's not. He's a great second fiddle. Great.
But
he can rebound.
every team he's been on, he's been the second player.
Correct. And he should. I mean, he's been
And
the
he
best.
plays a good role.
He's been the best when they went to this to their first playoff run since years. But yeah, so we got RJ Barrett with 18, Emmanuel Quickly 15, DiVincenzo, great pickup, Josh Hart always hustling. They got a bright future. They need to make another move. They got tons of draft picks. They're not there yet. I'm not ready to put them as contenders.
Let me say, I'm glad they put Hargenstein in the lineup because Mitchell Robinson, 7-footer, averaging what?
He out.
He's hurt.
2 months, yeah.
Oh, he's averaging 10 rebounds. Okay.
Yeah, he's great.
That's all he
He's
brings.
the best offensive rebounder in
Well,
the
how
league, by
many
the way.
blocks he averaging? He averaging what?
Mitchell Robinson.
1.3 blocks.
That's great, man. He's a great player.
No, this guy is so long. Okay, but can you make one call and say, be like, hey, throw me the ball down low? One time. Let me see you make one move.
A little bit more dog mentality, right?
He's not a dog. He's a green flower. He's a butterfly.
All right. So the second team, the team they were playing against is the Milwaukee Bucks, who are coming into their form. We got Giannis obviously still dominating the league with 30 points a game.
30 and 10, 30 and almost 11.
Yeah. 5.6 assists, impressive in my opinion. Almost as much as D-Lil. D-Lil has been averaging 26, got off to a slow start. Very low three-point percentage.
He had to learn the offense, and he had to learn when to take his shots.
Chris Middleton is coming back, averaging 14.
I would say that.
Still don't think it's good enough for them to win the chip, but it's getting there. I've seen some good games from him lately. Bobby Portis always doing a thing off the bench. Brook Lopez, solid.
One thing we got to say about these guys who was averaging 15, 20, and then they got hurt and they come back. Some of these guys are still hurt, but you get $1 million check, you have to play. So when we see somebody, not everybody, but when you see the best of these players, like a Middleton, I think a Middleton's, he coming off an injury, you're going to see a better Middleton in the playoffs.
Yeah. I think that
I'm bet on that.
We've underestimated the impact of Drew Holiday on this team.
On Boston.
On both, on Milwaukee and Boston. So him leaving Milwaukee, we don't have to look it up.
Defense went down some points.
Didn't just went down. It went down from like top 5 to like bottom 7 or something.
Hey,
so
this is a stat guy. He knows.
That guy's right here. Yeah, so like they became a very good offensive team and a very bad defensive team, which is what Damian Lillard has been doing for most of his career. Portland has never had defense. Him and Malik Beasley is probably the worst.
Wait. You count Damian Lillard as a defensive player?
No, I'm saying Damian Lillard teams have a history, which is only
bad defense.
Bad defense.
Okay.
It was him and CJ, and now it's him and Malik Beasley in the starting backcourt. Mm-hmm. And this is terrible. This is the worst defensive backcourt in the league by some advanced stats. I'm not going to look it up right now, but as far as I can remember.
Plus minus is negative.
Yeah.
For defense, yeah.
They might have to make a move for another rotation player type Bobby Portis, like another long guy that can defend.
Well, you mean you would trade Portis?
No. Another Portis. I want another Portis on that team.
Shout out to Arkansas. My dad from Arkansas, Bobby Portis.
Wait, Portis, did he play for Arkansas?
Yeah, he came from Arkansas.
Arkansas is D1, right? Or?
Razorbacks, yeah. Back in the day when I was young, Joe Johnson, they won the championship where, it might be before your time, Carlos Boozer probably was the #1 player, the best player that came out of there.
It was great.
But actually, the point guard was better.
He wasn't that
Corey Beckham, great. I think, but he never made it. But yeah, Arkansas, Razorbacks.
Yeah. So I, as I see it right now, Boston are the clear-cut favorites in the East.
Yeah.
Milwaukee are half a tier below, I would say. We can never know what happens come playoff time, but it does seem like Boston have much more firepower. They look like a more complete team.
Just quick, shoot me your 2 Eastern Conference Finals teams. Just quick.
Milwaukee and Boston.
Quick. Okay, yeah.
Milwaukee and Boston.
I would say that. Can Boston beat Philly in playoffs?
They did it last year. Is Philly a better team this year? Is Boston a better team than they were last year?
Yes,
absolutely.
Much better. Porzingis he's averaging what, 23, I think. 22.
Oh my God, let's look up. Wait. So we're actually going to jump. It's a good transition to the next game, which is Lakers-Celtics.
Porzingis is averaging over 20 points, probably like 8 rebounds.
I think he's around 19.
Something close to that. But
yeah, but great efficiency, which is... all right, so here we go. Oh, you're right, 20 points. You're right. Yeah.
And that's off the top because
Take a look at this. Take a look at this in comparison to the Warriors, right?
Rebounds, all right.
Take a look at this. So you got JT averaging 27, Jaylen Brown
20. 3 players averaging 20, and then your next Derek White, who's going to be an all-star, I think.
Having Derek White as your 4th best player, that's insane.
First best defensive player.
That's insane. I don't know. Is he better than Drew Holiday on defense? I don't know. Maybe you're right.
I would say yeah. He's bigger, stronger.
But I've watched a few videos.
Yeah, Derek White.
I watched a few videos breaking down the Boston Celtics defense, and one of the most underrated thing about this team is, can you see my cursor? Can you see my mouse?
Yeah.
Can you see the blocks that Derek White is averaging?
1.3.
He's the guard.
No.
He's their point guard or the second guard, whatever. And Drew Holiday almost 1 block per game. That's your guard.
Horford is also averaging 1 block per game.
Right, but the point to make here, Boston is so versatile. They can switch. It doesn't matter if Derek White is guarding like the big in the paint. I mean, sure, it's not what you want, but you can live with that. You can live with that.
There's
so
Derek White
switchable on
have
defense.
nights where he scored 30 points.
Absolutely. He might be an all-star.
That's the 4th best player on the team.
Yeah, they might have 4 all-stars on this team. Like, the way that these Boston Celtics have been built, right from the Paul Pierce, Kevin Garnett trade, is like Nobel Prize worthy.
Hey, don't throw Paul P and KG in there. That was a different squad. They would destroy the new Celtics because they couldn't hold the paint.
I'm just saying, Celtics have understood when to move on from this core, from this aging core. And what did they get? They draft JT and Jaylen Brown, I think back-to-back or 2 years difference, but they hit their draft picks and they convert crap into players like Derek White. Now, just for the...
Let me say, since Isaiah Thomas and Kyrie Irving, they've been building a championship team. I've seen Boston do that in the last like 6 years. They've been building a championship team since Tatum came in. They've been building the championship team.
I mean, they made the conference finals in like what, JT rookie year, right? Or was it Jaylen Brown rookie's year? I can't remember. Versus the Cavs.
I think it was Jaylen Brown's rookie year. Jaylen Brown came after.
Yeah, he's younger, I think. Yeah. That's why he got this massive contract.
Now let's just say, did he deserve that contract as far as stats? No, but as far as
sorry to break you, just to show how brilliant this Boston Celtics front office.
Romeo Langford been out the picture.
Derek White was traded for a bag of peanuts and some pickles.
Romeo Langford was a good college player. He's been out the picture though.
Bro, the Celtics gave away Josh Richardson, Romeo Langford, a 2022 first-round pick that I want to see who it became, but I remember it didn't become too much.
All for White.
All for White, for Derek White, for an all-defensive, great scorer type of player. And that's just to show that it's very important that teams realize when it is time to move on and when it is time to maximize on the worth of what you can get, right? Because they traded Paul Pierce and KG right when you could still get something for them.
In the end of their career, though.
Right.
So
I mean, the Nets had like a first-round exit or something. They were washed. They were done.
But tell me this, as a stat guy,
Right.
How long were you waiting to win when you trying to rebuild? Some teams suck for 5 years, 6 years.
Hey, look at Detroit.
And they would be like, Detroit is terrible. They won 3 games this season? My God.
2.
Who are you trading for to get something in return?
You know what's my response to all of this? There's so much noise in the NBA right now about their losing streak. You know, like 27.
Is that the worst in NBA history?
So not only in NBA, but in professional sports in the U.S. Now, let me say something here that might sound controversial.
They should have kept Jeremy Grant for one. Idiots.
I disagree. And let me disagree even more by saying, who cares? Who cares? I get it that...
The Pistons fans.
Right. But
they shouldn't.
But they shouldn't. Does it really matter if you win 12 games or 17 or 9?
If you're a true sports fan, you want to come and you attend the games, you want to see these motherfuckers win sometime.
They're just not good enough right now. And you know what? They might as well suck it up and just...
The fans are paying to come see Detroit play the opposer's superstar. Like I said, if Detroit is playing the Lakers, the fans are paying to see LeBron. If Detroit is playing Boston, they plan to see Tatum and Porzingis and Brown.
They want to see Cunningham. Cunningham is a great young player.
Who's Cunningham?
Detroit's only good player.
Oh, I thought it was the point guard.
Ivy.
No, not Ivy. The recent
second.
with the afro.
Detroit. Can't believe we're talking about Detroit, man.
I mean, man, just go to that quick. We can just chop them up, chop them in half.
Chop 'em up.
What's the point guard?
Wait a second.
He was the first draft pick like 2 years ago.
So we got Cade Cunningham.
Genau.
Uh,
23.
I don't know why Bojan Bogdanovic is still there. For the love of God, I don't know.
Because we still need European shooters in the league.
They're not trying to win. I think he's in his mid-30s or I don't know, 32 or something. I don't know.
But if you look at that team, who else is shooting on their team? Look at their whole team of shooters. He's the
They're
only
the worst.
shooter
I
there.
think they're the worst three-point shooting team in the league.
Yeah, he's the only shooter there. That's why he's there.
Jaden Ivey, Jalen Duren. They got what's his name?
Bagley the third is a disappointment. After he got hurt, he left Sacramento. He's been nothing since then. He's averaging 10 points. What is it? Okay, that's okay. But, yeah, Detroit, we don't even have to talk about them.
We don't have to talk about them.
We don't want to go to the A-Mouth.
I think that players like Joe Harris, players like Bojan.
Oh, Joe Harris is on him?
Joe Harris is there. The fact that these kind of players are still there, that's just to show how badly this team has been run and how they did not know when to hit the reset button.
Joe Harris was okay in Brooklyn. He was a consistent
He was great.
shooter.
He was 17 points, best three-point shooter in the league.
But you need a point guard that finds him. He's not He's not creating his own shot.
Jason, I want you to understand what I'm trying to say here. I'm taking Detroit as the complete opposite of what the Celtics have done. Celtics, Jazz, these are teams that knew when to hit the reset button. Look what the Jazz have gotten for Donovan Mitchell, Rudy Gobert. Look what Celtics have gotten for KG and Paul Pierce.
You going back? But
One sec. No, I'm just trying to show.
probably the same brain.
I'm just trying to show like what did the Pistons did instead. They've been trading water for years. They got Blake Griffin there. They had Tobias Harris there for a while. They have not hit the reset button when it was time to hit it.
And look, wait, let me comment on that. When they had Blake Griffin, it's just throwing gas to the flame. They got Blake Griffin. He was out his prime, and he was the best player there. I watched a couple of games. They went.
You forgot about Drummond.
Well, no, Drummond wasn't. Drummond is always solid. Shout out to Drummond. He don't get enough credit.
Right.
He still averaged double figures. But I'm saying when Griffin went to Detroit, he was one of the. They went to him for game winners. I watch it, and I was like, ugh, Detroit sucked. But Blake Griffin was the guy they go to from game winners. Where's Blake Griffin at now? And that was just like 3 years ago.
I don't know who's the GM of Detroit, if it's the same guy for the past decade, but
He's definitely on cocaine or something. He's definitely not in his right mind.
He's got to stop with the weed.
Stop hanging with Puff Daddy, the Detroit's manager, please.
Yeah.
Stop going to Puff Daddy's parties. But
Long story short, it is very important, in my opinion, to know when to hit the reset button. Hey, look at Oklahoma City Thunder. They
knew exactly what they was doing.
Right. They had Russell Westbrook. They had Paul George. And they had an aging Carmelo.
Yeah.
And they said, you know what? We're not going anywhere with these three guys. Yeah. Let me trade all of them when I can still get... What did they get for PG? They got Danilo Gallinari.
Okay.
They got Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. They got 3 or 4 more first-rounders.
Superstar.
Emerging...
Shai Gilgeous is amazing.
That's what I'm talking about when saying... So important to know when to hit the reset button.
Yeah.
Look where Oklahoma is now, and look where Clippers is now.
And you talking about you taking gambles on players, but it's kind of like, okay.
If I'm a GM in the league, if I'm a GM, I'm either all or nothing. I'm either Detroit or I'm Boston.
You come from the GM mind, you the boss.
It's just
he got a GM mind. He's probably gonna own the team one day, but
I'm just I wish.
No,
I'm just saying. Yeah, I'm just saying, like, look what the Thunder got for these players that they could have done 2 or 3 more years of this crap. They could have tried to get some role players there around them.
The last 2 years before they had a losing record, right?
Yeah. I mean, the last 3 years.
The last 2 years, they'd be like.
This was a very fast rebuild.
I know.
They got Shai on his, I think it was second year or third year. He was up and coming.
Wait, who was we playing with before the Thunder?
Shea was in Clippers. He was traded for Paul George.
Remember that.
Do you know that up until like a year ago,
Wait, who's better, Shea or Paul right now?
Paul George? Shea.
Yeah.
Shea's much better, man.
yeah.
Shea's like a MVP
Shea is
candidate.
crazy, yeah.
30 points per game, efficient, leading one of the best teams in the West. One sec before we get to the Oklahoma City Thunder. Where was I?
We still own the Detroit.
No, screw Detroit.
They're not worth talking about. But,
No.
but Shea, let's go back to the Christmas games, like you said.
Right. So the team that was facing the Celtics is the Lakers.
Yeah.
And the Los Angeles Lakers are always going to play on Christmas. I don't care if they're tanking for 8 years in a row.
In LA on Christmas at the game, it's a sold out crowd, man.
LA, I don't care. It's Los Angeles Lakers. They're going to be there. Historically interesting.
A team, yeah. For sure.
Yeah. Let's look a little bit about on the Lakers. And
You hearing about their little trade devices? Well, I've been reading that. Yeah, why would you give? I wouldn't give up Hachi. They talking about bringing Levine in, and a Levine with a Hachimura trade and the Reeves, something like that.
I'm holding the puke down my throat. As a LeBron fan, I do not want to see Zach LaVine in the Lakers. Just look at Chicago. He goes down. Chicago plays much better. He's a...
Sure.
Oh, yeah.
Chicago's.
Oh, yeah. Kobe White has been balling out, man. Chicago actually ramped on like 5 straight wins since he went out. The Bulls are actually playing better without him.
Levine takes shots that are just unparalleled sometimes.
LaVine is a negative defender. He's the most empty stats guy in the league.
No
He has-
assists, no rebounds. Just,
And wait for the worst part. He's on a max contract. He's making $44 million. He's making as much money as Jason Tatum. Are you putting him in the same tier as
I
Jason
mean,
Tatum?
like 2 years ago, Levine was, it doesn't even got to be point average. If you averaging over 20 points and you're doing some athletic highlight dunks,
How many
what people
shots?
wanna
How many
see.
shots are you taking for this?
I haven't looked, but yeah, he attempts threes. I mean, it's too many threes attempted by everybody, man.
Let's look at his stats quickly.
Yeah, personal, right?
Yeah. Let's look at his stats.
So what? This season he averaging 21. I haven't even seen him in the game yet.
Averaging 21, shooting 33% from 3, below league average, by the way.
It's horrible.
Yeah. Free throw, okay, all right. Field goal, 44%.
Okay.
Um,
Rebounds and assists. Five rebounds, 4 assists.
let me look at some.
I would take a DeRozan before a Levine.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I don't think the Bulls are ready to hit the reset button, which I think is a mistake as well. I just want to look at his advanced stats.
He's only 6'5", but I'm not gonna lie. With this guy's hops, you would think he have more poster dunks. He don't, because he's selling for too much threes.
There we go. JP, we're going to be looking at his advanced stats, all right? So this is the years, right? These are the years right here, 2014, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
23, 24. So we played 18 games. PER, true shooting, 56. Boo.
Where's the points per? Which one is the points per game?
Wait, I'm going to go to this. So
Oh, these are real. Yeah.
his VORP is actually positive. That's okay. Defensive box plus minus is minus 0.7. So he's below league average as a defender. Do you see that line right there where my cursor is?
Point.
Yeah.
0.7.
And if you look, like historically, he's always been a terrible defender. He's always been a terrible defender. The 3-point percentage is not there. He needs the ball in his hand. I don't want to see him in a Los Angeles Lakers uniform.
Yeah. I mean,
I
like
think if the Lakers are doing it, they're completely dumb.
in college, he was actually playing part of point guard. So that's what made him look better. He was a hell of an athlete, but he was actually playing point guard.
Hey, if you're that good of an athlete and you don't defend, I'm sorry, but it's like his mind is broken. Because he has the physical abilities to defend and fly on the court, right? He's quick. He's jumpy.
When we come to rebounds, I want to shout out to Westbrook. 6'2" point guard, averaged 10 rebounds a couple of seasons. And he's athletic. Zach LaVine's taller. Yeah, that means he's just not moving. He's standing in spots. Westbrook go for every rebound.
And a lot of them are offensive rebounds, by the way, by Westbrook.
Oh, Westbrook, yeah.
So underrated. I feel like Westbrook is underrated, but that's a topic for another day.
Yeah, let's go back to the Lakers.
Yeah, so
Shout out Lakers.
Anthony Davis have been hearing all the noise in the media about him not being aggressive enough. And if you just watch the Lakers right now,
We were talking about that a few weeks ago.
we were.
AD.
He has been playing great. He has been aggressive. He has been hunting for his own shots. He has been going into his defender's body. He is a top leading candidate in the Defensive Player of the Year conversation.
Yeah.
Averaging,
He's only
averaging
averaging,
2.5 blocks per game. I'm pretty sure he's leading the league.
but he's only averaging 25 points because he's not playing every game. And then, okay, some games he will have 14. But he needs somebody to get him the ball. When LeBron's in the game, I would say Anthony Davis, he's averaging more points when LeBron is
Oh,
there.
for sure.
And
we
dude,
got
AD, little win,
take a look.
we're wrong.
Take a look. So
12
he's
rebounds.
12 is 0.1 rebound less than Nikola Jokic, so basically leading the NBA in rebounds.
Yeah.
Let's see blocks. He's 5th in block. Wow, Victor is 3.2, man.
Wow.
Victor has been
No,
averaging
the last
3.2
game he
blocks.
was 7 blocks. But
Brook Lopez 2.9. Chet. Wow.
Lopez can't even jump off the ground. So
Man,
it shows
Lopez
you
is
that
so big and wide, man.
he's 7 foot, but it shows you Lopez can't jump, but it shows you being in the right place at the right time will get you some blocks.
Absolutely. Look at Chet Holmgren. Is like a
Hungry Rookie of the Year candidate. Shout out.
probably rookie of the year. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Depends. Victor, it's pretty impressive. Yeah. Back to the Lakers quickly.
Yeah.
We're gonna get there. So we got LeBron and Anthony Davis doing their thing. There is a rumor spreading that D'Angelo Russell is on the trade block, which I am a supporter of. I want to get rid of him.
Why?
I haven't looked into his plus minus.
Who would you bring in that can pass and shoot like him? Defense is another question. But who would you bring in and trade him for? Westbrook couldn't shoot like that. That's why he got rid of him. D'Angelo Russell sometimes shows his shot is, he's a great shooter. Not athletic, but who would you trade in to replace his shot and his assists? Because he can pass.
Who am I bringing instead of him?
Yeah. Give me one player that's actually available that you would trade for Russell. I wouldn't trade Russell. Hachi, I would trade Hachimura. He only balling now because he on the trade block.
I wouldn't trade Hachimura.
I wouldn't either, but now he on the trade block. He trying to step it up. He got bounce. He remind me of like a little bit of Kaminga. But yeah, why wait to the trade block to start trying to put in work?
Let's look at his stats, right? So that's D'Lo stats. Wait a second. Yeah.
And D'Lo is still in his prime.
D'Lo, let's see. He has been shooting 39% from 3. That's not so bad.
That's great.
What is his plus minus though?
How many assists he averaging?
Assists has been everything.
The boy could pass. Like off of screen and rolls, he's great. Screen and roll, he's great. He gonna hit you with a 15-footer, or he gonna make a great pass.
He's been averaging 6 assists.
Dude, he can pass. The Lakers are notorious for trading away stars, though.
Hey, I might take my words back. I just like the eye test for me when I watch D'Lo. He is taking away some possessions from LeBron. Sometimes he's making those like elbow jumpers or whatever.
Yeah. But I like, we need that. We need some 10, 15 foot.
Yeah, we need some offense, right? We need some offense.
And,
All right.
and if he don't make that elbow jumper, he's shooting it out for a pass.
I'll give you that.
Take D'Lo off the trading block.
The only reason why we're keeping D'Lo is because we just have nothing better. Austin Reeves is just so amazing. He's so great. He's been coming off the bench. He's been doing much better.
Let's just say in the beginning of the season,
He was
at
terrible.
the club too much. I don't know. He got a little girlfriend now. I don't know what's going on. But he did so bad that they got to bring him off the bench now. And now he's balling again.
Absolutely.
Shout out Austin Reeves. man.
What is it with the bench? I mean, I want to ask you as a professional basketball player, what is it with the bench who makes so many guys play better?
So let's just differentiate it. In the NBA, all these guys are on a certain level to play, right? So In college, you was the best player on your team. In high school, you was the best player on your team. When you get to the NBA, you have to take on a role because in the NBA, it's a one-on-one game. You got scorers. You got 3 people to score. Maybe they bring you in to defend. Maybe they bring you as a second or third option. You have to be able to come in as the role they give you and be successful in that role. And that's the whole point. So imagine you in the game, in the last 10 shots, you ain't even touched the ball. But you was a leading player on your high school team and your college team. So it becomes a mental game.
Absolutely.
Keep working out, keep working hard, and you're going to get your chance. And that's when you see it. Like
sometimes they need to feel like they need to prove themselves to play better.
And sometimes it's too much for what the coach want, or it's too less, and you get traded. And then you go to a new team and you're the number 1 player. The NBA is full of roles. And you think you could go in there and beat the last player on the bench of the NBA team, a regular guy? I know you've seen these videos. No, you're not. These guys were number 1 players before. They were, take Patrick Beverly. He was like the leading scorer for Arkansas.
Wow.
I always mentioned Arkansas. My dad from Arkansas. Shout out to Arkansas. He was the leading player.
Wow.
Scoring. And in high school, he was leading in offense. NBA, what is Patrick Beverly known as? A defender. You see him shoot some threes. Nigga can't even dunk. You would never know that, though. So this just shows you how much the NBA, you have to take a role.
You have to take a role, absolutely. But correct me if I'm wrong, I think most of these guys who have made it into the NBA and have had like long careers, all of them have been stars, either in high school or in college.
For sure.
Because, I mean, there's only 500 players who are allowed to be in that league per year. So you have to be a little bit special, teams. Right?
Yeah. Man,
30 times 15.
You have to have something where they come see you. And you know what? Going back to that, I was coming up in high school around a few NBA players. We played against Tyson Chandler. I played against Deshaun Stevenson. I don't know if you know that name. He was like number 1 pick back in the day. I played against
Deshaun Stevenson, number 1 pick.
You know who that is?
No. I remember the name, but like it wasn't.
Yeah, he was number 1 pick. I seen him in high school. He was 6'5", looking like a football player already. I think he was a year older. Come on.
Too many steroids?
No, this is what they do in high school in America. The traveling teams, like if you're 6'5" and you're already 13, they hold you back another year of high school.
Okay.
And everybody knows this. So by the time you really get to 12th grade, you're probably 18 or 19, and you're dominating.
Gotcha.
And then you've already been big. So America's built off sports. Sports is number 1. They do anything to get you, like this
Get the competitive edge.
Yeah, this is it.
Crazy, man.
You said it exactly.
So, Austin Reeves has been great in those fourth quarters. He has been the 3rd best player in the Lakers squad, in my opinion, my humble opinion.
Yeah.
You saying trade Rui, I say trade
Russell.
I don't know anymore. You kind of made me rethink the whole thing.
I could understand a little bit because you would say the Lakers need more physical play than guards, or what?
I just think that overall, this team doesn't need him. They need the ball in LeBron's and Austin Reeves' hands as much as possible.
But what about when LeBron get hurt? You gotta put all this into perspective.
If LeBron gets hurt, they're not making it out of the first round of the playoffs anyway. They're not making it out of the play-in. Yeah, exactly. So like if LeBron gets hurt, this whole thing goes to waste. It's not like you can't plan for, you know what I mean?
If AD go down, that's 24 points you're gonna miss.
I mean, the Warriors can't plan to what happens if Steph goes down. The Warriors are not making the playoffs. So
no. I mean, we seen guys come in and fulfill a role like back in the day, Jeremy Lin. You see what he came to do in New York? He became a superstar, killed in the playoffs.
Lin Sinity was a phenomenon.
He was Chinese, so like he's just.
It was Taiwanese, by the way.
Oh, Taiwan.
Yeah, but it was born in the U.S., I think.
Let me not make myself look stupid on camera. You know, hey, Americans, we're like so.
Hey, I mean,
we're so land confused. You know, like America, the whole world for us.
I mean, China claims that Taiwan is part of China, so I mean, you're not.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Territories.
I just opened up 3-point shooting percentage leaders per team. Correct. As you can see, Lakers are in the 20th spot.
Who was number 1? Miami.
Number 1, Miami.
And then OKC, yeah.
OKC, Minnesota have been shooting the 3 ball.
But this is also percentage and attempts are included in this one, or what?
Yeah, it's percentage.
Attempts per game.
Percentage, yeah.
OKC.
New York has been shooting well, yeah. I mean, all teams are kind of similar, to be honest. It's kind of like you're splitting hairs right here, you know?
Who are your top 3-point shooters for Miami?
Hey, guess who's last? Memphis and Detroit.
Oh, my God.
Just to show how much impact that the 3 ball is having on the game, huh?
Memphis only got one guy shooting threes. What's his name?
Bain?
Exactly.
Desmond Bain.
Who else?
Wait, isn't Jaren Jackson Jr. like a 40% guy?
Jaren Jackson, yeah, but he's not like he's not relying his game off threes.
Yeah. I haven't been watching enough Memphis. Forgive me
No,
for that.
bro.
Don't crucify me.
Ja, like earlier we seen a record. I said if Ja bring them back to the playoffs,
Oh,
he's MVP.
Yeah.
He's MVP.
Yeah.
He's MVP, bro.
Oh, you know what's the problem, though? You know what's the problem?
What?
The new rule.
What is in the rule?
You cannot be nominated
As MVP if you didn't play the whole season.
65 games. He's already been suspended 25. He technically cannot make. And I'm sorry, but like there is going to be a rule change. If, as you said, if Memphis finish in the top 5,
Yeah, they're gonna change the rules.
they're going to change the rules.
For sure.
He needs to be MVP. I'm sorry. If this team was a tanking team without you, and now they 4-5, I think 4-1 with him now.
Yeah.
I don't know, 5-1, whatever. They're back. They're back to relevancy.
That's America, though. Sports is based off entertainment, based off competitive, based off stats. If Ja Morant can bring this team back and make the playoffs, yeah, they're gonna change the rules.
Yeah.
Let's change the
They have
game.
to. And I love it that they keep changing the rules. I think that's a positive thing for the league. We've seen the in-season tournament was an amazing addition to the
That's new
season.
for me. The in-season tournaments. I didn't know they was gonna do that this year. I think it's basically
Wait 1 sec.